My name's Chris.
And I'm excited.
And also Kristie.
Yes.
And this is the Washing Up podcast. And yeah, we're a little bit early.
Because we have Jezza.
Hey, Jezza, how you going?
Good, guys. How are you?
We're great. We're fantastic. How have you been, more importantly?
I've been fantastic. Oh, life on this side of the fence is great.
Life without being judged.
You can have your
Yeah.
eat it too.
I get to be a spectator now.
Yeah, now you're part of the blood sport. No.
Mix, whip.
Sitting there at home after when the new series begins, which, you know, we're recording this the day before the new series of Australian Bake Off begins. You'll get to sit back and just go, oh, I never would have done that in a million years inside.
When I was in the tent.
Yeah, that's right. I'll have all the answers.
Do you think it's going to be a bit of the having all the answers, or do you think it'll be some flashbacks like Nam?
I think not so much Nam, because like Matt's got his certain ways that he looks at you, so you sort of put in your place whenever you sort of need to. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed the experience. Like, I would go again if they said, oh, you know, the worst bakers come back and
Christmas specials to show how far you've come. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, the British do Christmas specials. Where's our Christmas special?
Or at least a most improved special.
Or more importantly, what we've been proposing all this way along, which is a baking ashes.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It could be a tri-baker tournament. We could get the fucking Canadians in as well. Make it like a three, like the Commonwealth Games of baking.
Yeah, but remember, the Canadian one is not called the Great Canadian Bake Off, because a Bake Off has a different connotation in North America. So it's called, and I kid you not, Jezza, it's called the Great Canadian Baking Show. Like,
really?
It does what it says on the tin.
It's great. It's a baking show.
It's a baking show.
In Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
oh, that's great.
So obviously this, you know, at this time, I can't even say really last year because I can't. It's at this time before your series went to air. You know, how was it like that night before you knew the first episode was going up? How are you feeling?
I was like on the edge of my seat, excited. Like, I didn't know how I'd be portrayed. I was a bit nervous on like making a fool of myself, but yeah, the night before Bake Off started for 2016 series, it was nerve-wracking. You know, everyone knew it was going to be on the show, and like I was just waiting. Really, I just thought, oh shit, am I going to make a dick of myself?
And it didn't. I mean, and you know, we pioneered a song for you, so
exactly. You know,
I
haven't done it in ages.
You haven't.
It feels so good.
You haven't done that in ages.
No.
And that was natural. That was the first night we were watching you, and you popped up, and just Chrissy's like, Jeremy's baking.
Okay.
So,
Oh, jeez.
I can only imagine, though. I mean, there's obviously a gap. I mean, not as substantial a gap as the current crop of bakers have had, obviously. But
yeah,
that intervening time between finishing the record and then being on TV must be just a weird experience.
it was, but like because I still knew the bakers, we were able to have like a separate chat ourselves. So it's almost like I didn't leave the show.
You keep yourself sane. Just all of you just keeping yourself sane, chatting to each other and just calming each other down and going, oh my God, Bake Off, that thing we can't talk about with anyone else.
Paying your neighbours
exactly
to wander in and give you a smart-ass comment. It's fine.
You know,
well,
just
what the real big difference was the bubble that was sort of we were around, like it just sort of almost burst and then reality set in, and it's actually very daunting. Very, very daunting. And I don't mean like in a massively bad way, but at the same time, you know, when you're in the show and, you know, on the spotlight and, you know, smiles everywhere and, you know, like it was great. And then to go home from that, it's a little bit of a bummer.
you got to get yourself back to reality, and, you know, no one's walking in and judging what you've just baked.
I know, he's got kids.
Actually, yeah, you're
like,
right.
I don't like that, Dad.
Yeah.
Why'd you cook? When you make a raspberry cake, I look chocolate. Like, kids are the worst.
Yeah.
He was prepared for Bake Off before I walked in, I'm presuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's a harsher critic? Children or Matt and Maggie?
I think. No.
It's not as easy as
That's actually a really tough question because, kids are just blatant like, I don't like that because it's got like the tiniest bit more sugar than I thought it would. But then again, Matt would be like that too, and he'd just look up at you and just stare at you for 2 minutes, and then you go, "What did I do wrong?"
Yeah, what happened? What's the problem?
It's when you start pushing Verjuice on it, worlds collide.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Verjuice would be wonderful on this, Dad. Really good.
Thanks, Maggie. I mean, hold on. You're my second boy.
Let me just go down to the broth and get some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always an option. We didn't find that option.
To the Barossa. To the Barossa. We'd have a whole van ready to go.
The Verjuice van.
The Verjuice van. Verjuice van.
Becky B goes, break the glass. Pulls the keys out and the little Verjuice van takes off, and it's the Bake Off theme playing.
It's like that emergency butcher that's in Tasmania.
Is there a Bake Off there? Is there like an actual like theme song? I know there's like the like at the background really, when they do the start.
That's really it.
Yeah, ding.
Yeah, I think we need a song. I think we need to like make up a song.
A soccer chant.
We'll work on it because we're good at that.
We are the bakers inside the bed.
We're not appropriating Eurovision, right? I mean, look, it's give our loves together.
It does.
But we're not appropriating Eurovision yet.
We have to pay some royalties to LT United.
I'm sure in Lithuania we're big, so I'm sure they'll find out about it. So when you're on the show, obviously, and watching along, and we've spoken to you a little bit about this before, but just with a bit of hindsight, what's it like watching the show with, again, then the social media side of it as well, and then everyone coming up to you after every episode wanting to talk to you about it? What's that experience?
It's a little bit it's exciting, and it's always a good talking point of like, what you went through during that bake on the show at the time. But because we have the full story, like they have to like cut down, I don't know how many hours worth of footage into 1 hour. Mm-hmm. And so we have the background story of everything, and it's always good to sort of recap and what I was going through and how I felt about it. And like sometimes, other bakers would get like sort of more airtime than me, and then I'm like, oh yeah, at that time I was burning something else, or could have been something like that. But just going through it it's always good, like I had the odd sort of like person that didn't know me from a bar of soap, like, oh, I saw you on the show, and I'm like, they go, you did really well, and I'm like, thanks. I wanted to say, just keep watching.
Keep going. That's going to end at some point.
Yeah. When do you leave? I'm not going to tell you.
When do you leave? I don't know, but I'm not going to say. But in unrelated news, don't watch next week's.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. So, looking at your skills, your skills between, like, from the period of going to film Bake Off to now, how has your journey unfolded? Like, have you found a new passion? What's going on in your skill sets?
Oh, well, yeah, I have definitely developed a passion for patisserie desserts. A lot of like what Antonio did in week 4 on his chocolates, like those little brownies, like smaller sort of desserts. But I like my gâteaux and I like my macarons. I'm really trying to hone in.
I can say, by the way, I do know for certain he makes good macarons.
Oh my fucking God. Like macarons.
I can say that much. I know that he makes amazing macarons.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't you know?
So
those lemon was it lemon cheesecake ones I made was like, that was so
There were 4 flavors of amazement. So and all of them were as stunning as the peanut butter ones were incredible too. So yeah, this man makes amazing macarons.
So back to your skill development while we just sit here and drool or mop up. Have you found any like mentors or new kind of people to suck? Like has like Liv hooked you up with some French people or whatever?
Well, I have been talking to the bakers, and I actually did a short course in Melbourne just recently. So that's helping me develop my skills a bit more. I've sort of got my own place now, and I get to get free range of doing whatever I want in my own place. So
nice.
Yeah, it's good.
I've seen some of your Instagram posts, and seriously, like some of the like little, I think it was like a little gâteau with a really shiny top. You could like do your hair in it. It was
that's incredible.
Like it's like, oh look, he's grown up. If you're serving that stuff, there's no way he would have gone home. All it was missing was some like pineapple tops. I'm just saying, but because
pineapple tops, yeah.
You could have just used some strawberry tops.
Everything could have worked with pineapple tops. Everything would have worked fantastically. So, what do you from what you've seen in terms of promos and stuff like that? Are you getting excited about the new series?
Yeah, they're making it look really good, which is great. Like, I think they're really I don't know. Compared to last year, I was so involved in last year's or the last season, and this season, it's I haven't been watching as much because I'm not going to see my ugly face on there, unfortunately, but.
We can expose you. Just stick a picture of yourself on the top corner of the screen.
So
no. But the bakers look really good. Like I reckon there's going to be some real talent there this year, which will be good.
Yeah, there looks like some really cool personalities as well. Like you've got Mr. Tea Cake, Chris, there with his mohawk.
He looks so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, very much so, and I did love. We reposted on the Washing Up Facebook today. And by the way, if you're not following that at the Washing Up on Facebook, just find us there. We're great.
Yeah.
The article that they put out about him in the lead up to it was tattooed baker to make his mark, and it's like because of course tattooed bakers are a new thing.
We just won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't look at like. Next you'll be telling us he can walk and talk at the same time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know.
If you remember, I think it was week 3 of our season. Like it was a particularly hot day in the baking shed, and my top buttons eventually got down to like the middle of my chest, and that was my full tattoo there. Like you can't mistake it. But, I look back and go, oh, my God, just button up, dickhead.
No. Gun show for the ladies. You got to start putting the goods on display, and that's what you were doing.
Look, he was just, going for the male-attracted gays.
Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was...
the fun's out.
and also we've got friend of the show, Robert, who's very quickly become friend of the show, by the way. Shout out to you, Robert.
Yeah, he likes our stuff.
Hey, Robert.
He likes it. He likes our stuff.
Barb likes some of our stuff.
Barb likes some of our stuff too. Barb looks great. She looks like so much fun.
Cool.
So it looks like it's going to be a genuinely great cast of people again, which, I'd like to say that it's all series, but the Australian series does tend to throw this up.
Yeah.
We're a little bit biased, but
was there any awkward promo stuff that you had to do that they didn't actually show? Like this year they've got that montage of what kind of baking nickname would you have? And we had like the geeky baker from Emma and Mr. Tea Cake, which is going to fucking stick like...
Oh, yeah, that's going to stick.
That's going to stick like royal icing. So...
Oh, look, there was probably lots of stuff that I said that like, nah, get rid of that.
I'm disappointed we can't get outtakes because just imagine your YouTube reel.
Yeah.
It'd be me just going, fuck, shit, fuck.
I'm the fucking baker. Oh, they were all completely different things.
You can't say that anyway. Fee was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Trademarked swearing.
Yes, I think it was Paul Verhoeven who
Called it the sweary canary.
And
that,
there we go.
that stuck.
Yeah. That's why I watched episode 3 of our. Oh my god, that was good. That was just like all over the shop.
It's one of the best episodes of any series of Bake Off ever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just swearing. It was pie dropping week, wasn't it? Was that the pie drop or no? Was that
It was pie drop. It was
pie drop? Yeah.
Yeah. There was everything like. Yeah.
It was
It was
Innuendo
a good week.
Central.
Soggy bottoms.
It was Innuendo Central, and then the next week was when we got Noel with like 4 innuendos in a row, which was just unexpected from Noel's mouth.
Speaking of which, have you heard from Noel at all? Is he still around?
Unfortunately, no. He keeps to himself, but I have been hearing that he goes to the Melbourne show and like cleans up.
Of course he does.
Like, I mean, cleans up.
Maybe we need to send a carrier pigeon down to Tasmania and get some contact with him.
Yeah. Actually, when you said that, I thought you meant he literally cleans up. Like he's going around like he's just environmental.
No. Like the blue ribbons, I mean, he cleans up the blue ribbons.
I know. My brain just went a little too literal at that point.
Just because of the Tasmanian link doesn't mean he's automatically conservationist and cleaning and recycling and just randomly turning up at baking events and just doing that.
Well, you never know. It's ingrained down there.
I still maintain.
Labyrinth.
There
are a lot of labyrinths in Tasmania.
I still maintain that the show that the producers are missing a trick on is Noel from Australian Bake Off
and
Val from British Bake Off, and they need their show called Listen to Your Bakes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, because they both did the same thing. They both spent all their time listening to cakes.
It's the rivalry of the baking ashes, followed by, listen to your bakes.
Okay, so here's my question then. If we went with the baking ashes, right, and we're putting you on the team, Jessa.
You have no choice.
You have to pick 4 other bakers to be on your team any season. Australia.
Has to be Australia.
Who are you going with?
Okay. Ooh.
No
Susie.
Yep.
Susie, all right. Susie sparkles on. Click.
Susie. I have to pick one from mine because
I'll kill you.
Oh jeez. I'm gonna be oh fuck.
Let's be brutal. They're not listening.
Oh yeah, they're not listening. I don't know. It had to be Liv because I miss that woman so much.
Yeah,
right, Liv for fun.
Has to be Liv.
Yeah,
has to be Liv.
There's you. There's 3. 2 more spots.
2 more spots.
Yeah, 5 people. So
okay, all right. I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna have to go Mr. Tea Cake.
Yes, well, I mean,
because he looks like a bunch of fun. And
in a baking ashes, there's likely to be a tea cake.
Yes.
So
yeah,
that just makes sense. That's logic.
Tea cake, yeah.
That's logic.
Yeah.
One more.
Oh, geez. I don't know the season 3 bakers as well as I probably could, so I'm gonna have to go back to season 2 again.
Makes sense.
Go
with what you know.
Ooh. Oh, James.
James.
I have to go James.
Power.
Those burgers in week 5 were like nuts. Like so good. I can still taste it in my mouth.
Oh, that's perfect. Now, just quickly on our side, so let's pick the British, and we're only going to pick it from the last couple of seasons of British, I think.
It's got to be Nadia.
All right, so Nadia has to be there.
Oh, but do we want them to lose?
Yeah.
We've got to pick a decent team.
Because
we keep on talking about
Selassie.
Yeah.
Selassie, yep. So Selassie has to be there.
Yeah, and Neil.
Nadia.
You'd
have to put Candice in there.
Yeah. Do you want Flora? Because she can fucking bake everything in 90 minutes.
No, because she'd do too much. Yan has to be there because
we like her.
And she'd be great fun, and the banter would be significantly awesome.
Now,
and one more.
Do Stephen and Sophie count as one person?
Yeah, they can be interchangeable. So Stephen and Sophie are one person.
Yes.
So we'll put them in there. There's a 5 to go up against our 5, and I'm taking our 5. I like you, British bakers. We really do.
We're going for Australia.
We're going for the Australian team in the Ashes because we're better than you. So
bring it on.
Because I don't know if you saw, but in the most recent series of British Bake Off, they did a lot of the bakes that you guys did in your season.
Sfogliatelli.
Was
Oh,
done.
I noticed that. I really did notice that. There was a few because we touched on it last time I was on the podcast.
Yeah, and we had Mon on for their Italian week where they went, it's the first time ever we're doing an Italian week, to which we laughed. And then Sfogliatelli was
maybe in the northern hemisphere.
Sfogliatelli was their showstopper, and they said, "Why didn't you make this the technical?" And Paul Hollywood said, "Because it's probably too hard to do as a technical." To which point Mon's gone, "It was the grand final technical. What do you mean?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a couple of bakes they got them to do where they'd clearly watched the Australian series. And we asked Yan from British Bake Off if she watched the Australian series in preparation. And she went, "Actually, I did."
Yeah. And also SBS Food to find out how to make sfogliatelli.
Yeah. And apparently from the UK, they're watching SBS Food.
Great work.
Oh, wow.
So that's fascinating.
Look at that. That is fascinating, isn't it?
That's really awesome.
Well, I guess we watch all the British food shows, like the Great British Cookbook Great British Menu, sorry.
Paul Hollywood's Bakes, because you want to go watch Paul Hollywood burst into people's kitchens and just sort of push his way through the front, which he does on a regular basis.
Who's that dude that goes everywhere cooking seafood? Rick Stein.
That bloke who goes everywhere cooking seafood.
Yeah.
Rick Stein. The man who sells continental pasta, Keith Floyd, he's dead. I
do miss the UK version of Ready Steady Cook. Like that was,
with Ainsley Harriott. There we go, Jezza. Would you like a job hosting Ready Steady Cook? We can bring that back.
I don't think I'd be that good of like a voice sort of thing for it. I still sound like a 50-year-old smoker.
Oh, God, no. You'd be brilliant. You'd come out and it's like, Ready Steady Cook, and the guy would start cooking something stupid and you're looking and go, "Stop being a dickhead.
What did you bring in from Tesco?
Yeah.
Or whatever supermarket.
Dude,
Aldi.
What the fuck's that shit? Don't do that." No, you lose.
Stop doing it. Stop it.
Don't give him capsicums. Don't hold capsicums up. This is clearly tomatoes win. Look, you in the audience, put it down.
You're wrong.
Put it down. You're wrong. Just put it down. So there we go. We've just come up with a career future for Jezza.
Look at that.
Any other projects you're thinking of going forward in terms of where you would like to be within a year?
I've already registered a business. So I'm going to be launching this spring in Adelaide.
Nice.
Watch that space.
So, sorry? southern side of Adelaide, which is more like McLaren Vale district and stuff like that. So
that's the right venue to be. We can go visit and go visit.
Yeah,
to the Barossa as well.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm excited. I'm excited about the prosperities, and I've got some investment money to play with now. So yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, make it rain.
And
baking rain.
And
tasty baking rain.
And not to boast or brag or anything, but he's got to come to Sydney in May.
A nondescript event
for a nondescript event in a nondescript area for no apparent reason whatsoever.
That sounds great. I'll be there.
Oh, you better be.
Yeah. Shit's going down.
It is indeed going down. They're yelling timber.
Thank you, Kesha. I was about to go there. Okay.
Thank you, Kesha. And after quoting Kesha, we might leave it there with Jezza. So thank you very much for catching up with us, Jezza. Hopefully we get to catch up with you during the season as well.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for the call, guys.
Oh, anytime, that. And until, tomorrow when it all kicks off, I'm still Chris.
I'm still excited.
And Kristie. That's been Jezza. This has been The Washing Up. We'll catch you all, tomorrow.